Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and it looks like justice has finally caught up to George Soros. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. George Soros has made a career, made a life, not even a career, a life, out of promoting left-wing causes. It's his right. It's what he chooses to do with his money. Thing is, he does it secretly. He does it in the shadows. He does it where the light of day doesn't show what he's doing. And in some ways, he may not be doing it completely legally. And so this No Kings protest that's coming up, I think on the 18th, everybody believes, that I know, believes it's funded by this guy. But how do you prove it, right? Well, Senator Ted Cruz, he said he has the evidence that George Soros is cutting the checks. Maybe it's Alex Soros at this point. But I think when you see them there with their perfect signs and they're all bussed in and, you know, they're saying the same chants and they're wearing the same things and the signs all look the same and they're beautiful, I think you know somebody's paying for that, right? I mean, this isn't happening for free. And I think trying to pretend it's organic, I'm sure there are people that are organically going, of course. You have an event, people want to be part of it. It's just human nature. But who's funding it? Well, Cruz says he has the proof that it's George Soros. I want you to listen to it. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Now, I will say one of the most important things President Trump has done recently is he has pledged that he's going to go after Antifa. And what I've been urging is follow the money, cut off the money. And you look at this No Kings rally, and there's considerable evidence that George Soros and his network is behind funding these rallies, which may well be riots all across the country. And Soros is writing the check. And so I've introduced legislation called the Stop Funders Act that would add rioting to the list of predicate offenses for RICO. Why is that? Because it would let the Department of Justice use RICO, racketeering, to prosecute the money that is funding the anti-Semitic protests on campuses, the pro-open border protest in L.A. and other cities, and these No King protests. Anyone that is supporting rioting and violence, it lets you go after the money. And I'll tell you, there are more than 200 left-wing groups behind these No Kings rallies this weekend. They deliberately are blind to what each of the others are doing. That's part of how they avoid accountability. RICO is designed for precisely that sort of criminal enterprise. And so I believe the Senate, we ought to take up and vote on and pass our Stop Funders legislation. And I've urged both Pam Bondi at DOJ and Kash Patel at FBI, follow the money and prosecute those who are writing checks funding acts of violence, political violence or otherwise, across the country.